Hello there, welcome to the Critical Bench Compound. Head strength coach Chris Wilson. I'm here today with injury specialist Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com, and what Rick's going to go over with me today are 3 exercises that you can use for tight hip flexors and back pain. So he's going to put me through those 3 right now.
Let's get into the exercises. The first one's a back arch, and I'll get Chris to go through a couple repetitions, and then I'll break the exercise down for you. Perfect. So how it is, good chance you're sitting right now. I'll get you to stand up and go through this exercise. So you're standing, Chris will move to the starting position. So you're standing nice and upright, head, shoulders, hips, legs in a straight line. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart or even shoulder width apart, slightly toed out, so you got a nice stable base of support. Then Chris has moved his hands in the lower back or upper pelvis area, and then Chris is gonna arch back, really focusing on that movement happening in that lower back area. He's gonna come to a good stop for a couple seconds and then come back to the starting position and then move into that back arch again. Now, looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 10, time would be smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position. As you saw Chris did, a good 2 seconds at the end position. Intensity is light, and the purpose of this exercise is twofold. 1 is to work on the mobility of that low back. So a lot of times with people with low back pain, they have poor mobility in that low back, especially arching back or extending. Because our normal lives, we end up doing a lot of sitting and we tend to do a lot of rounding out in the lower back, and we want to reverse that. The second reason why this exercise is so beneficial is with that back arch, you're also getting a light stretch in the hip flexors or the front of the hip. Okay, so that's one exercise down. Now moving to the next exercise. So with this one's called heel to seat quad stretch, and I'll get Chris to go through the exercise and kind of stop at the end position, and then we'll break it down. Perfect. So I'll get you to move back to the start. So you're kind of going, you've got something stable in front of you, so the foam roller works well, or a wall or a chair or something secure and stable that you can put your hand on. In order to remove balance, we want to focus on the exercise and get the most out of the exercise, and we don't want to be trying to balance ourselves as well. So you've got your hand on something stable, you're balanced on both legs, then you're going to bring one leg towards your seat, you're going to grab it with your hand and then bring that heel closer to the seat, and then you want to bring that knee so it passes the hip. So really target that hip flexor. You might even feel it carry into your quadricep. Now, looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, so you can go twice on each side or alternate back and forth. The time would be 20-second hold at the end position. Intensity is light, and the purpose, as I said with this one, we're targeting a static stretch in order to improve the flexibility in the quadricep and in the hip flexor. Okay, now moving on to the third exercise. I'll get Chris to go through it and then I'll break it down. So this one is a standing hip flexor stretch, and how this one breaks down, I'll get you to go to the starting position, Chris. So you're nice and upright so you can get out of your chair and go through this exercise. You're taking a big step forward, both toes are pointing straight ahead. Chris is going to tighten up the abdominal area, bring the hips forward. This back leg is straight, and really looking at targeting that hip flexor of the back leg and the quadricep. And then Chris is going to hold that position for 20 seconds. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity, for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, so you can go 2 on one side and then 2 on the other, or alternate back and forth. The time is 20 seconds at the end position. Intensity is light, and the purpose here is really to target that hip flexor, because that hip flexor tightens up and shortens up, and it changes the position of your pelvis, which leads to low back pain. So we want to address that tight hip flexor and ease that low back pain. And this exercise, along with the other 2, will do that.
I find that those three in particular are three great ones for someone who sits a lot.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people watching probably do.
Yeah.
I know I do if you work on a computer for a living. Three easy exercises you can just pop up from your desk and do them really quick in a few minutes. And you just feel better when you do it. Get up, get vertical, and get some blood flow and loosen those muscles up a little bit. Yeah.
Definitely.
If you want some more information about tight hip flexors and how to unlock them, I suggest you click right here. There's a lot more information for you to check out. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Check out this another amazing video that I know you'll love right here. Be sure to like this video. Leave us some comments for Rick, for myself. We'll be happy to answer those. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.